So, Yareli and Atomos at the moment, they make a great pair and they have these great synergies. So, let's go through the build that I'm using at the moment. Yeah, I have Incarnon Atomos. If you are a beginner, you can get Atomos Mastery Rank 5. Just buy the blueprint from the market and build it. It's a really good weapon even if it wouldn't be Incarnon, but the Incarnon is better obviously. So the perks that I've chosen, Paladin Virtue, this is important. Increase damage by 24 and with energy max over 700, increase critical damage multiplier by 1 plus 1x. So you get, with Yareli you get energy maximum over 700 just by installing Prime Flow. If you don't have Prime Flow, get it. It's an essential mod. It probably costs around 50 platinum at the moment at the player markets. And the second, wait, third evolution, range. Yeah, range is always good. And these other two, these are actually pretty much useless. So this is a no-brainer. You go for the Moonrise Velocity, plus 7 range. It's excellent. And well, I went for this just for the funsies. I went for this red crit build, as you probably noticed from the intro. So obviously I'm going for Commodore's Fortune, but the red crit build, it isn't the only way to deal damage with this weapon. You can also choose more balanced build like Survivor's Edge. It's as good, maybe even better, but since I want to show those fancy crits, so I took Commodore's Fortune here. And well, I don't know, like this thing already has a lot of status chance, so unless you are going for some odd endurance run damage over time build, I wouldn't pick this elemental balance. This thing has like enough status already, so it depends on your goal, I suppose, but this is excellent for critical strike builds and this is better for a balanced build, I suppose. And about Yareli herself, well, let's see. This is kinda end game stuff, so bear with me. I mean, you can do this build actually as a beginner as well and it works, but it just won't be as good. Simple as that. So I'm using, because Atomos kinda have some ammo efficiency issues, you need to use Arcane Pistolaire. Well, I understand that if you don't have it, this Arcane Pistolaire, in that case you need the Sentinel, the, let's see, what was it called again? Oh yeah, no wait, I remember now, but I'm gonna show it anyways here. And yeah, use Carrier if you don't have that thing. And with Carrier you need to use ammo case. It helps with the economy. But I'm actually using even more critical stats. I'm using my Flash Cat 9000. The cat that has the charm for more loot. I'm always farming, so at the moment I'm always running charm. And this cat is also good for the critical strikes. I mean, this cat is so powerful, the Smita Kavat at the moment, because it has, where is it? Well, Tenacious Bond. This is kind of ridiculous. So if the companion's critical chance is over 50%, then you gain plus 1.2 final critical damage multiplier, obviously kind of good. And I use Bite. This applies to the pet only, but it enables this Tenacious Bond. So Bite gives 330% critical chance to the cat itself, and it enables Tenacious Bond. Simple stuff. So yeah, that's about it. That's my critical strike cat. Really practical for this build. Increases damage obviously. And let's take a look at Yareli. I'm using combat discipline, so you lose 10 health on kill, but what this, well, actually, I think the hoverboard kind of soaks up most of that damage, or at least according to my testing, it does that. So it enables this Arcane Avenger on damage, 21 chance for plus 25% critical chance for 12 seconds. It's if there's a lot of mobs around you and you are killing them, you get this benefit quite often, almost all the time. So Arcane Avenger, Arcane Pistolier as a Warframe Arcanes. And I feel like Yareli has a lot of, flex slots in her build. I mean, this you must use if you are using the Atomos perk, as I mentioned. Well, Loyal Merulina, this is the new augment. You don't need to write your hoverboard anymore. And it also means that now, like previously when you were riding the hoverboard, it meant that you can't use helmet abilities while riding the thing. Kind of odd why they did it like that, but that was the case. So now I'm not riding the hoverboard with that Loyal Merulina augment because I prefer to move normally. And it means that I can use helmet abilities just like any other Warframe. So what I did was that I implemented pillage using the helmet system to my first ability. So what this gives is overshields. And those overshields, they aren't, going anywhere. Because again, your hoverboard, the Merulina, she is soaking up all the damage. And what it does is that you have those overshields all the time. And you can so fully utilize usage of this Cascadia overcharge. And look what this says. While overshields are active, plus 300% critical chance. I mean, that's a lot. And with a weapon like this Incarnon Atomos, obviously you are going, all things considered, to this red grid territory and dealing a lot of damage. So let's go through my Atomos build. So, well, these are kind of staples. I use them all the time in all the builds. But yeah, galvanized shot, ramping up status chance, galvanized diffusion, ramping up multi-shot. And because this is one of my favorite weapons, actually probably my favorite secondary, I bought myself this one. It was 250 platinum, if I recall correctly, and it has multi-shot critical chance and reload speed. You don't need a Riven for this build, but I love this weapon so much that I got one, and I got exactly the one that I wanted. Like at the market, there was multi-shot critical chance and critical damage Revenge as well, but I didn't buy one because I value the reload speed higher than just forcing more critical multipliers. Considering how damage calculations in this game work, it wouldn't increase my damage that much anyways, the increased critical strike multiplier. And actually reload speed increases your damage as well, and in utility sense it's really great. You don't have so much downtime, so you deal more damage, and no one likes reloading. So yep, I bought myself the perfect Riven mod, the one that I consider the absolute best for this weapon. Oh, if this would have minus zoom, it would be better, but whatever. Yeah, lethal terrain, fire rate, multi-shot, critical damage goes without saying. Pistol pestilence. Oh yeah, I'm running corrosive. I hate viral and slash, so I never go for that. I just dislike the whole idea. So I'm running pistol pestilence and jolt for the corrosive here, and creeping bullseye for absolute maximum critical chance that you can get. And pistol ammo mutation, it's actually needed for this build, but then again, there's nothing like worth using here. Maybe Rune's extension for more beam length would be nice, but these Exilus slot things, they are kind of worthless anyway, so I don't feel bad about using this pistol ammo mutation, and as I mentioned, it's very much required as well. So, did I mention everything here? Well, no, Furax Freight. Feel free to skip it if you skip this one if you want to, or you don't have this one. So this Amalgam Furax body count, it's only for this weapon, and for some reason in this game, it just simply gives plus 45% fire rate for secondary weapons, and more fire rate means more damage. Simple as that. And, well, the thing just keeps on going on. My build isn't quite ready yet. Let's go to the shards. I'll explain my plan at least. So at the moment, I have these green shards for a couple of my frames, but please be silent. The NPC is disturbing me. Yeah, so I'm using these green shards. I should have two of these. 2 is enough with corrosive to completely strip the armor from normal enemies, even including the demolishers. Even they can be fully armor stripped with rocking 2 of these standard emerald argon shards. If you are going for the increase max stacks of corrosion status by 2. If you're gonna do that, you don't need to, and you shouldn't use the feather argent shards. The normal ones are fine. So you need exactly 2 emerald argent shards to fully armor strip normal enemies. Only downside is that it doesn't really work on the acolytes because, well, they have different way of damage calculations. I won't get into that, but the thing is, this Atomos, it works better in its normal firing mode than the Incarnon form that shoots rockets. Simple as that. The normal form is like a beam weapon that chains, and the secondary form is a rocket launcher. And the rocket launcher is actually kind of worse than the beam version. But whenever an acolyte spawns, you just switch to the rocket launcher and shoot the acolyte like 2 to 3 times and it's dead. Simple as that. So this build as a whole, I'm going for 2 green shards in the end, and rest will be probably blue shards. I think they can give armor. And the funny thing is, like any kind of armor mod that you put to the Yareli herself, they don't really do anything because your like survival and health wise, the Merulina, like she is the main thing, and putting armor mod into Yareli doesn't increase the armor or health of the hoverboard. The hoverboard has independent health pool and independent armor. So putting some armor mod to Yareli herself, it really doesn't do anything. This wouldn't increase the survivability that much because it won't increase the armor of the hoverboard. The only way to increase the armor of the hoverboard, which in my opinion is very much needed, is the blue shards. You use them to make armor pool for the hoverboard. The health pool of the hoverboard, it scales with power strength. So for that reason I have a lot of power strength here. It's just for the health pool really, and it does help with the pillage obviously. I mean you get more overshields and more armor stripping as well with the pillage. So the armor strip from the pillage and the armor strip from my weapon, they are kind of overlapping each other, but in my opinion it doesn't matter. Just use pillage on the mini bosses, it works on them, and rest of the creeps, they get completely armor strip using your weapon. And I think this was really all. Sorry for the lengthy explanation. Oh, and also like why Atomos and the rocket thing is of my liking at the moment is because Yareli is resistant to knockdowns and such when she is in when she is using the hoverboard thing riding besides her, but according to my testing at least, you won't be immune to knockdowns. You won't have primed surf footage. Some people have said that it goes like that, but it isn't actually true. So for that reason, and I have a lot of, these flex mod slots here. So I'm using surf footage and power drift to give me total 90% chance to resist knockdown. But yeah, in theory you can be knocked down, but it just obviously doesn't happen very often. But lots of flex slots here. Use whatever you find the best, in my opinion. And about Atomos, other good weapon that you can use. It's not as good. Atomos is the best one in my opinion, but other good weapon that you could use is, yeah, the Gaze pistol. I use this sometimes just for fun. I think it's pretty good. Yeah. So get Gaze. It's a kit gun. You can build it if you don't have the Atomos, but if you have Atomos, use it and get the Incarnon, so you will get pretty much a perfect setup. So that's all. That's how you make the perfect Yareli builds. I have hard time imagining how this could be better, except obviously like completing the build with the charge. But yeah, I think this is a great build, very powerful, and I hope you are doing well, and leave a like and subscribe if you like the video. The Lost Postman signing out.